Hello, beautifuls. Welcome to your new moon reading. This is going to be for all signs. This is not going to be just for the Libras. I know I usually do a Libra one, but this is going to be for all signs. So if you guys are new here, welcome. I'm Auji, and this is Sacred Libra. If you are returning, thank you so much for all of your support. I appreciate you guys. I do have a couple of downloads, so I do want to get into it. I also want to let you guys know that I am offering personal readings. You can find that in the description bar down below. I have websites you can go to. And if you would like a phone call reading, you would have to email me telling me you want a phone call reading, or message me on Instagram. And my Instagram is in the description bar down below. Okay, so let's get right into this reading. I did flip some energy for this card, and it was so in alignment. I did flip some energy for the moon, and it was so in alignment with all the downloads that I already got. So it just quick flip. And the card that I did flip was from the Sacred Rebels deck, and it is what is already with you. And it's basically letting me know that whatever it is that you're trying to seek is already within. And it's like that's been like humbling us throughout the days. I know I've been doing the morning inspo and little collective messages, and there's been a big message to get in touch with yourself. It's like you are what you're seeking. I also been feeling a lot with like relationships. For some of you guys, it's time for you to tune out of the relationship for everything that you're seeking in it, and seek it within yourself. But you are what you seek. I feel like for some of you guys, the journey will be much easier once you realize and once you believe that you already have everything you need. And I say that because the bigger message to this that I had wrote down when I was getting my downloads here, and the title of this video is Dust Off Your Resume. Dust off your resume. And I lost the page. But yeah, dust off your resume. It is time for you to go back in and look at all of the things that you've accomplished, all of your accolades, everything. It's time to pull out all the stops. It's time for you to show and reveal all of your experience, why you've answered when you were called. Because many are called and only few answer. It's time for you to show like your strengths, okay? It's time for you to show that you have all of the qualifications needed for the task at hand. For some of you guys, it's going to be time for you to update that resume. It's time for you to add a couple of things, accomplishments and victories that until this moment right here has gone unnoticed and unappreciated. It's time to realize you've been in alignment. And if you swayed away, you always get yourself back in check. Okay? It's time for you to look at that sheet with all of your history, all the places you've been, and all the strengths and wisdoms you've learned. We can talk about all the pain that we've gained from certain experiences in different places in our life, but not today, not right now. Right now, it's time for us to talk about all of the victories that we've had, and all of the things that we possess inside, and how we always had it within us to do, to apply ourselves to whatever is at hand. So I'm feeling the big energy of dust off the resume. It's time for you to re-witness all the miles you've traveled, how you've healed, how strong you've become, how passionate you are, how vulnerable you've become, the things that you've done in your healing. It's time for you to witness all of it. And in order for you to witness it, it's almost like, let's say, if you've been at a job for years and years and years and years and years at a time, and now you're thinking about going into something new, okay? It's going to be time for you to go back into that old resume. Also, you may add new things. Things may have changed, but you also get to look at where you've been. And with where you've been, there's the tendency to go down the road and think about the hardships that you've been through. It's a natural thing. Think about the hardships. Some memories or some situations, some time frames are linked to certain burdens and heartaches that we've experienced. But this time is for you to look at where you've been and how you've grown. For some of you guys, you can have the opportunity to see how you started something. You may be going back into the old archives of your life to look at the process, the transitioning. This is a time for you to be proud of yourself, like intensely proud of yourself. And also definitely like drill those affirmations in the mirror, okay? Drill those affirmations in the mirror. So I do have a spread. Well, not a spread, but I do want to get some type of energy from the moon, this new moon coming in. This is going to be real intense. I feel like you guys are going to be asking yourself the question more than not, am I emotionally secure right now? It's about securing yourself. This moon is in Cancer. So it's also like you're worried about your security and stability. The stability of your emotions, okay? And you're worried, and if this has anything to do with relationships, which I think it does, possibly the relationship with yourself. You're thinking about how secure you are emotionally. I do want to hop into this energy oracle. This energy oracle deck. And get the energy of this new moon, because I'm feeling like it's time for you to stop like downplaying yourself. It's time for you to dust off your resume. For some of you guys, do just that. Like get your resume out and apply for that job. Just start going and let faith lead you. The third chakra, Archangel Chamuel, stability. With the woman holding the coin and the angel of strength. Yeah, for some of you guys, with this, your solar plexus right here. Okay, you got the third chakra. This is your life energy. For some of you guys, your energy is rejuvenating. And you're realizing that you are secure. You're realizing how much you've been through. This could also bring a lot of emotions as you're playing through the past, as you're going through the past, and you are remembering the things. Remember that you are here. You are no longer there. You've made it through. For some of us, when we go through and we like to, what is the word? Reflect. We like to reflect on our past. Sometimes we get stuck there, and sometimes it's an illusion of thinking that we're still there and we're just as trapped as we was, or we're more trapped as we were in the past. But it's key for you to realize that you've gotten up, and all this is a place. It's like a place that you've been. It's almost if you put like, you know, you were here at this certain time, okay? I feel like you can be at a crossroads. There's an energy. I just got sidetracked. Anyways, I can feel like you could be at a crossroads, and you can be undecided of where to go. I feel like not even where to go, where to look. For some of you guys, just like it's already within you. For some of you guys, you don't believe that. You still believe that you need to possess another quality outside of yourself. And I do feel like if that is you, there's going to be an energy of you becoming more secure. But and for you to become more secure, you got to pull out that rap sheet to see where you've came. And you have to realize that you've made it out. It's the realization. It's the changing your perception. So if you still believe that you're worse than before, or you are refusing to change your perspective and perception on different things, then you're going to stay there. I was just responding to a comment today, and it was like, you know, I've been watching tarot for 3 years, and it's been telling me about this abundance that's supposed to come towards me. Where's this abundance that I'm supposed to be getting, right? And then someone else commented and was like, that's because tarot is it's not real. It's only there to entertain you. So I commented I responded to her, and I'm telling her like, or I don't even know if this was a her, but I'm telling them that tarot, maybe it's your perception on what abundance is. from a spiritual point of view, I'm pretty sure that you're very, very abundant in your life. But the fact that you can't see it, the fact that you have put yourself in a place of waiting for it, like it's not there already. Maybe that's the big key for you to change your perception, for you to realize how abundant you already are. And I know that's kind of cheesy to say, but that's all it is. It's an attitude change. If you want anything in life, it's almost like you have to change your attitude about things. You can't be the negative Nancy in the room. You have to kind of sort of believe that you already have. And I do feel like that the energy is definitely going to be changing, and it comes through like emotionally. There's definitely going to be tears shed, especially if you're sensitive, especially if you're highly sensitive. Definitely going to be a lot of tears shed. There's definitely going to be a lot of moments where you become in awe with yourself. It is key for you to remember those moments. I feel like your inner child deserves for you to remember those moments with yourself. But I do feel like this is a rejuvenation of life energy. I do want to get a little bit something out the book before we get out of this deck, because we do have the woman holding the coin, and what you don't know is that you are secure. There's a need for you to get secure. I feel that coin like the Queen of Pentacles for some reason. It says your third chakra and the center of your life, force energy, and your center of your life force energy. The issues here revolve around your emotions of desire and your personal energy. When the card appears upright, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon will be on its way. This is a great time to move towards completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused way. Okay. If this is coming up in the reverse, this means that there's a low energy, a possibility of lack of purpose. You may be feeling very fragmented lately, unable to rein in your scattered focus. If this is the case, it is time to become more centered and single-minded. You can choose to bring a greater sense of enthusiasm to your everyday life. Call for the assistance of Chamuel to help you harness your power and spin this dynamic center of life force expression. Gather up and direct your life force energy and bring an attitude of enthusiasm to both your goals and your daily life. It's about the change. It's a switch. It's a quick change of perception, and it's just a quick one. And I just read the other day, I don't know why this is just coming up to me, but I read that the direction, the road to living your dreams and the road to failure is almost exactly the same. It's because once you get into the mindset of going for your dreams, you have to, you know, not be afraid of failing. It's almost running into those things. A lot of people are going to tell you you're crazy. You probably even think that you're crazy, but the fact that you're still going in action, that is active faith. No matter what you're believing or what you think. Okay. You got broken heart. Open up the deck to a broken heart. Some of you guys could be dealing with this, and I do feel like you are going to get out of it. Okay. I feel like for some of you guys, let's talk about those relationships that don't necessarily work out, that may have you thinking like you've been around the world, and then what now, then da-da-da-da. And I do feel like a lot of us, we can forget that we're learning, you know. When we talk about take out that resume, it's certain things that you've learned. And we're not even talking about just love relationships. We're talking about just all relationships across the board. For some of you guys, you could be thinking about your emotional security in all of your relationships. Do you feel secure in all of your relationships? Have you been feeling secure? What things can you change to make yourself feel even more secure in your relationships? And just the way that you do relationships. Do you necessarily feel secure in them? Do you feel like there's trust, there's support, there's honesty, there's loyalty in your relationships? And for a lot of you guys, you could not feel that. Like, you could feel like, no, that's been a reoccurring thing. And it goes to the point like, okay, if it's reoccurring, is it really outside of yourself? Could it be something that you could be attracting? Could it be something, one thing that you can do? Could you change your perspective just a little bit in a situation? I do feel there could be some type of weight from some type of failed relationships too, or relationships that you may think have failed. I don't think that they are failed relationships, but you may think they're failed relationships. Okay. Let's go into the Queen of the Moon. The Queen of the Moon Oracle. Okay. We'll go in here and get some messages. What messages do we have for the collective, for this new moon in Cancer? Shout out to all the Cancers, Cancer moons out there. What messages do we have for this moon? Beauty. I've been feeling that too. Beauty, patience as well. And then you have the unexpected. Wow. Beauty is more. It's so more than skin deep. And it's so more than looking at things like, oh, pretty things. Beautiful things. It's having a change perspective. It's seeing more of the beauty in the world than the bullshit in the world. That's what I'm going to name this too. Dust off your resume. The beauty versus the bullshit. Point blank. Or the beauty versus the bullshit might come first. But it's about seeing the beauty in the world. For some of you guys, your mind can be infested with the bullshit. And that could be from programming. That could be from life. From childhood, from, you know, family, whatever, what you've been through. I feel like for some of you guys, you can be infested with the bullshit, especially when it comes to some type of relationships, friendships, whatever. You can have this distrust towards people. Okay, this distrust towards certain situations. There is a certain situation that makes you feel uncomfortable, and instead of seeing the beauty in it, you adamantly choose to see the bullshit in it. I feel like you're going to start realizing that there's a choice that you make. There's a choice for you to either see the beauty or the bullshit. And it's what you want to see. But I also do feel like this leveling up of confidence. Confidence has been on like just saying your affirmations, building yourself up, filling your own cup. Something has been coming like confident. Also, you can be looking extra beautiful to other people. If you notice like people like looking in you, like trying to look like they're not just looking at you, you know. Have anybody ever experienced that? You realize that a person was not just looking at you, but they were really like trying to look in you. Can't explain it, but you're going to realize that. Because as within, so without. So as you work on your affirmations, you work on yourself, you realize how beautiful you are, how beautiful life is. You just become a house of beauty. It's because it's inside of you. And it's an aura. Beauty is an aura that you carry. Beauty is an aura that you bring into the room. It's not just a look. It's not a nice hairstyle. It's not the best jeans. It's not the new the new shoes, a new haircut. It's not that. It's an aura that you bring with you. Beauty is an aura. And as you work on that inside, it just shines. It's nothing that you have to do. It just shines on its own. Wow. Didn't I say this? Resistance is in the middle of the deck. So there's a resistance. And you have to, it's key that you get into that journal, you get into that shadow work, or you drop this into your God box, okay? It's key that you realize that area of resistance where you refuse to see the beauty in it, so you can work on changing your perspective in that area. Well, I feel like when you go, like, you know, with all these affirmations, I'm so into like self-development and all those things. So when you go into self-development and you're trying to work on, you know, seeing things more positively, but there may be already aspects that you already see positively. Okay. So instead of just being around the board, like I'm going to be positive on everything, which can eventually lead to you kind of frying your brain out and you kind of resorting back to kind of old habits, instead of realizing, okay, in this area and in this area, when it comes to friendships, okay, when it comes to family or siblinghood, I usually am a little bit, you know, defensive because of that. I can go into this situation a little bit more relaxed because I know now that blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever self-work that it is that you do. But I feel like that there is an area, a key area of resistance, that you definitely do need patience with yourself as well. And you are programmed to seeing the negative aspects of something, of a person. And it's because of heartbreak. It's because of hurt. It's because of, if you get your hopes up and think about the beauty in this situation, okay, you'll be even more hurt when you realize that it's bullshit. So some of you guys, you have this thing where I'm going to go into it like it's bullshit. So if I get hurt, whatever, it's not going to hurt because I already, or it's not going to hurt as bad because I already programmed myself to, this is a negative aspect, or this only can, the outcome of this type of thing, of this area in my life, the outcome can only be negative instead of beautiful. Okay, thank you, Queen of the Moon, Oracle. If you guys are ever wondering where I get my decks from, I be on Amazon, okay, on Amazon. So I usually say the titles of the decks that I use. I usually show the boxes and things like that, but if you're wondering where, I stay on Amazon. All right, let's get into this Whispers of Love Oracle to show us how we can be a little bit more vulnerable, because I feel like a new moon is always an opportunity for us to open up a new door. But in order to open up a new door, we got to release what once was. We got to release. So I do feel like releasing and opening, it has a lot to do with vulnerability. And since our relationships is at the height of this reading, it's only right. It's only right. What messages do we have for this new moon reading in Cancer, June 28th, 2022, for the collective? Romance. You got romance. Lavish the one you love with personal affection and attention. Personal attention and affection. Is something stopping you from being affectionate, showing your love to a person, opening up because you have this harsh idea about something? You don't think about the outcome being beautiful. You think about the outcome not being beautiful. So you withhold affection from relationships, or affection could be weird for you. Love is patient and kind always. Something is definitely telling you to be patient. There's a need for you to be patient with the one that you love. For some of you guys, you're having a hard time receiving. So this is giving and receiving love, affection from another person, which means you're not putting that self-love in yourself. Because once you love yourself, that's giving and receiving. So once you strengthening your self-love muscle of giving yourself love, you're strengthening your muscle of giving and receiving. For some of you guys, you're realizing why you are attracting takers, okay? You're realizing why you're attracting people that are unavailable people, unemotional people. For some of you guys, it's been a pattern. It's been a pattern. For some of you guys, the reason why you're attracting these type of people towards you is because you're not available for yourself. You're not emotional with yourself. Okay, there's a deep need of self-love, because there's a deep need of you to become a little bit more comfortable in giving and receiving love. For some of you guys, you could have felt like when you gave love, that's the most time you got hurt. When you opened your heart and you were vulnerable. And that's a lot of people's, excuse. That's a lot of people's story. A lot of people resonate with that. When I opened my heart, I got hurt the worst. And I got hurt because I was 100% open. I had this idea that things were going to be beautiful and everything. I had my high hopes up. It's for some of you guys, you could have got hurt, but still you had your high hopes up. I don't feel like this is a person who was one and done. For some of you guys, you had these different experiences close you more and more and more. So what happens when you're all the way closed to a situation? For some of you guys, you may be closed to a romantic person. A person could be trying to come into your life romantically, but because you have this certain type of idea about them or about it or about you, this lack of trust of you, this lack of trust of your heart, and that gets deeper. It's a lack of trust of your heart that you have. That could be stopping you from fully experiencing a relationship, fully experiencing closeness with another being. The reason why we're here. We were created for connection. So for some of you guys, you are definitely projecting hurt. And the way through this is going to be self-love. It's going to be you opening up to yourself. It's going to be you loving yourself. It's going to be you being a little bit more affectionate and attentive to you, so you can understand that process. The more a person loves themselves, the more they understand other people and things like that. What's in the middle? Wow. Didn't we talked about relationship patterns. We talked about it already. It says it takes strength to recognize the need for change. It takes a strong person to recognize that, okay, I'm in relationship. Wow, confirmation. These are the type of neighbors I got, y'all. Like, why? But confirmation on that. How many beeps was that? I don't know. But it takes strength to recognize that it is time for not the person to change, not for you to change your different groups of people, but for you to change. There's a pattern that you're doing that you're going to realize that it's time for you to change that pattern. And for some of you guys, it's going to involve you becoming closer and more open and more vulnerable with the relationships you do have in your life. It's going to allow you to receive and accept love with ease now, instead of believing that when you put yourself in the position to even accept or to even give love, you won't believe that it's a vulnerable position, and it sets you up into like a position, like a compromising position. You won't think of that as, oh, red flag, I don't need to be open. You'll think of it as love. For some of you guys, it will feel funny at first because there is a heartbreak. There is a heart. There's tenderness. There's feeling. There's pain surrounded something. But I do feel like we just talked about dusting off your resume and not talking about the pain. Well, we can talk about the pain, but it's key for us to realize that we've got through something. It's key for us to remember the triumph in the pain, while we're trying to remember the pain. It's key for us to remember the triumph in it. I keep checking. We had 30. We had 30 minutes. Let me go into this Moonology. I did want to go through all of these oracle decks. They just felt like that they had a message for us today. And I definitely wanted to get one message out of it. The message has just been so on point. I did want to say that when we're talking about career right now, like leveling up, okay? It's like you going up the ladder in a job, in a career, getting a new position, getting a higher position, also higher pay. Some of you guys, you may be offered a job. Take it. For some of you guys who are feeling stagnant, dust off that resume, okay? There may be a job that's right around the corner that will fit your needs. Feeling stagnant in the area. You'll be surprised. So many people left their jobs. The resignation rate was so high. Like, and I don't know. I think in forever, I don't know. But in the last couple of years, so many people resigned. It's crazy. So you never know. But let's get into this. What messages do we have for the collective for June 28th? The new moon. This new moon. All right, for some of you guys, I feel like something was going, momentum, then something went flatline. Something just went flatline. It could be time for you to take some type of action. I did want to get one card out of this. This is just what popped out of the deck. Like for some of you guys, something was speeding up with so much momentum, and then the momentum stopped. And it's because you need to make a bold action, and you need a plan. Okay? There's a plan that needs to be had. All right? Also, this could be telling you to have a little bit more faith in your dreams. Be bold and make the first move. I like that one as a message for right here. Your hard work is paying off, and a fiery climax approaches. But be bold. You got the cardinal moon. Cancer is a cardinal sign, okay? I think these are all cardinals here. Capricorn and Aries. All right. But your hard work is paying off. For some of you guys, something is about to erupt. And I was just talking about career. It's important that you keep on hitting the same mark because the tree is going to fall. A lot of you guys are in different phases, coming and going. A lot of you guys, the tree already fell. A lot of you guys are still hitting the mark. It's key for you to continue. Whatever you've been slaying in is something that you have been kicking ass in. It's going to definitely pay off. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. But there's also a move that needs to be made. And there's a first move that needs to be made with the cardinal signs, okay? Leader. So somebody needs to take the lead in something, okay? There's something that needs a leader. And I feel like not necessarily just one person to lead a whole pack of people. Something needs authority. Something needs some type of structure, okay? Something needs some type of structure. Let me go in here and see what the book is saying. I'm feeling like something is definitely needing some type of structure. All right. It says, now it's time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organizing. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you are going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive. Instead, take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. I am taking charge of my destiny. It's time for you to be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid the recklessness of moving avoid recklessness and moving too fast. It's time for you to come into your power. It's time for action. And now, yes, this is Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Aquarius. We got the cardinal moon, and we have Capricorn, not Aquarius, and Aries. We have Capricorn at the bottom, and we have the full moon in Aries at the top. A fiery climax approaches soon. This comes from your ability to lead and start something. For some of you guys, don't pass up. Don't pass up the opportunity to start, the opportunity to lead something. Something may come to a head. Like I said, something is definitely about to pay off. If you've been slaying in the area, this is giving me a lot about career. Your hard work is definitely paying off. Okay, I feel like something is going to be like it's going to heighten your emotions a lot. Your emotions are already heightened. Let me see what's in the middle. Your emotions are already heightened. Yes. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah, because you decided to make the first move, or you decided to make a bold move in a situation. The end of it, I feel like for some of you guys, you have the power to end your tough cycle. The end of your tough cycle is like a catch-22. The end of your tough cycle approaches if you are bold and take the first move. Because you have been working hard and you don't want your hard work to go to waste. For some of you guys, you have the opportunity to change something, and that is because you have the opportunity to witness a pattern. For some of you guys, you are in the perfect position where you can see your future, where you can witness a pattern. So you can change, and so you can end a cycle. Not even change something. You're ending a cycle, which means you're realizing that something is a pattern and you are breaking it. Okay, you're stopping the pattern. So you end a whole cycle. Anything with that pattern cannot attach itself to you. You've ended a cycle, and there's a need for you to be bold and make the first move. I always like to be the bigger person, the one that comes up, and it's my ego too, but I don't want another person to steal the opportunity of being the bold one that's able to come head to head. And I just feel like, not that I have to hurry up and do it, but I feel like, let me go ahead. If I got to be anyone in this situation, I would choose to be the bigger person. If I got the choice, I would choose to be the person that's able to step up to the plate, you know. That could have something to do with my ego, but some of y'all know. Some of y'all feel me. But yeah, be bold and take the first move. Make the first move. I feel like once you realize a pattern, for some of you guys, there's a pattern. The pattern is linked to your perspective of it. Some of you guys, you're refusing to see a situation as good, as beneficial. You see the situation as negative. Going into the Rose Oracle deck. I do want to get this other Oracle deck. I love this I love Rebecca Campbell's decks. Like, they bring so much healing. So much healing. Okay. What else do we have? Are we almost at 40 minutes? Just enough time to finish this and get right into our spread. We're not even in the spread yet. We getting the just the energies from the decks. What energy do we have for the collective for the new moon in Cancer? June 28th, 2022. Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, peace, sweetness of life. Whispers of Mother Earth. Creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, channel. Some of you guys are writers, artists, sacred union, inner and outer relationships. I feel like for some of you guys, the pattern goes deeper. You have the rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy. Let's go. It says, most roses have thorns that protect the plant. When you walk past, it is easy to get caught onto their spiky stems, as if the thorns themselves are an initiation for the observer to get to the breathtaking beauty and scent of the queen of all flowers in full bloom. However, there are a small number of roses that are unlike most, possessing few or no thorns. And that's what this card is all about. The rose without thorns is an invitation to dive straight into the sweetness of your life. To rest into the softness, to enjoy the delicious fragrance, to rest in, to relish what it means to be currently alive in this body, to embrace all the beauty and bliss that life has to offer. You have a right to your joy, and the rose without thorns. And the rose without thorns wants you to take every ounce of it in right now, to celebrate and lose yourself in the sweetness of your life. This is a rare moment in time of deep peace and enjoyment. You are being called to taste all that it has to offer, to drink it all in. You deserve every drop. You've worked for this moment. Embrace it now with open arms. It is safe for you to enjoy this, to welcome this, to embody all of this. And while life is ever changing and forever inviting us to grow, right now your lesson is to be in the delight of it all. It says, I appreciate and drink in the sweet nectar of my life. I have a right to my joy. For some of you guys, this is about you not getting into... For some of you guys, you could be following the idea of everyone else. And why do I feel like there could be like a grayness, like a blah, a humdrum, like just every day, something's a routine, something is a drag. And then you get to this place of a small perception, a small switch in perception of realizing that the world is beautiful. For some of you guys, this right, I have a right to my joy. You have a right to light yourself up on the inside. You have a right to fill yourself up on the inside, no matter what your environment looks like. It's about the lenses that you choose to see. What lenses do you choose to look at the world through? And it's not the whole world. This is an area in your... I'm going to make it easy for you. It's an area in your life. For a lot of you guys, it's relationships. For a lot of you guys, it's career. Money has been coming up throughout the week. It's money. It's about possessing your desires. For some of you guys, there's a nasty taste. It's like you think of your desires and then you go ahead and downplay it, or you shoot it all the way down. It's that. It's that. If you were to work on that and to realize that you too have the right. It is your right. It's your birthright to actually experience joy in this life, to see the beauty now, and not when you possess something, or not when you have, you know, $1 million, or not when you are a certain weight, or not when you fall in love or have kids, or you get the car of your dreams, or you have the right to experience joy right where you are. You have the right to fill your body up with joy and happiness. You have the choice today to be happy. You have the choice today to see the beauty in things instead of the negativity. Let me read Whispers of Mother Earth, because I do feel like there's a lot of creatives here, and I just love the meanings. It says, there are creations seated within you, planted before your birth. There are unborn possibilities yearning to be woven, and creative solutions waiting to be realized. Songs of the ancient earth humming through you. beckoning to be sung, new consciousness that longs to be written into matter. Surrender to the creations whispering you forth. Perhaps they're calling you to reweave the web of life in some small way, to stitch the soul in a little more. We become bearing keys. We came bearing keys for each other. And as you share your song, it unlocks something in someone else's. Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They can't be reproduced. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is a planet of creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to truly create. So much of humanity has been raised to consume. We're so focused on more and more and more and more that we've forgotten how to grow sustainability. Our consumption is killing us. Trust the seeds that have been planted within you. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, creatives, poets, singers. Yet to be human is to be creative. It doesn't matter what the result may be. Just carve out time to express your soul through creativity. The seeds planted within you will show you the way. They have the intelligence within them, and all you need to do is tend them through daily grounded creative action. What does your soul most yearn to create? For some of you guys, your creations lead you to joy. It's through how you create things with life. For some of you guys, this has something to do with a relationship. Relationship has been out. But I do feel like it's time for you to get in touch with your inner child. The second bloom. It's never too late. New possibilities. Yes. This is through the realization that you deserve. Just all of your happiness and your bliss. And this is like your second, like the second blossoming. Now you're showing yourself to life. For some of you guys, it's never too late to do all these things, all these creative things. And you have a right to be happy and do the things that you love in this life. No matter how old you are, no matter how many times you've tried, you have a right. It is your God-given right, okay? To definitely do what it is that you love, whatever that thing is, okay? And I do feel like this has a lot to do, like, make sure you express yourself creatively. If you are being called to do something, create something, okay? Do something new. Definitely dive in and try it, okay? Definitely dive in. All right, thank you, Rose Oracle. This is what it looks like. Okay, let's get into finally, let's go ahead and get into this new moon spread for you guys. Okay, we're going to be seeing things that you've released, where your energy is, also how to grow, how to manifest, things like that. So let's get into it. We at 48 minutes. It's probably be an hour, but this has been a good read. I feel really good about this, like, this reading, like, a full reading. It's like, just change your perception on what beauty is or where the beauty lies. Also, open your heart. Something is telling you to keep your heart open. Keep yourself open. And keep on moving. Okay. All right, let's get into this. What messages do we have for the collective for the new moon in Cancer, June 28th, 2022? Okay. Some intense cards here. Intense cards. You got the Tower at the bottom of the deck. For some of you guys, you're cracking the foundation and realizing that you are free. Okay. For some of you guys, you can be in a state of confusion right now. confusion. So many things are eating at you and you don't know what's true because you can't really rely on your sight, right? Okay, some of you guys, you got to rely on your feelings, your emotions, on how it is that you do feel. So there's a lot going on in your mind, and you could be trying to look for the right answer or look for a sign, but you can't see it. There's something that you do have to feel through. And that could be the biggest thing. For some of you guys, you could be wondering, okay, why can't I figure out this pattern? And it's because you've been trying to think about it. And it's something that you need to feel. It's something that you need to go within, feel to see. I feel like for some of you guys, you've released, depending on other people, other sources, to get what it is that you want. For some of you guys, you're finally depending on your higher self, your inner compass inside of you to get what it is that you want. Okay, and then in this reading, it's about releasing a pattern. The pivot. The beauty versus the bullshit. The pivot. Your mind is on pivoting. For some of you guys, this is also like you're not just relying on all that you have anymore. You're realizing that in order for you to get to that 10 or that Ace of Pentacles, you need to bring your stuff and you need to mesh it with someone else's. It's like you've realized that you've gotten as far as you can get on your own. And now you're in a state of confusion. You could be in a state of confusion on who you need to trust in a situation. Okay? I do also feel like you're also relying on a higher power. Okay? You're letting the higher power lead you. What's emerging for some of you guys? For some of you guys, what's emerging within you could be your shadow. Could be your shadow, but I feel like it's the strength to break free of a pattern. The strength to break free. And not even break free. The strength to realize that you were never really stuck. That's when you see your life as beautiful. When you realize, wow, I always had this. It's a realization. Didn't go anywhere. It's not some new type of freedom. It's just, I always could do this, or that door always, it was never locked. I feel like you're breaking yourself free. For some of you guys, you don't really know. And I do feel like for some of you guys, you wish to grow your emotions. There's also something that you wish to see blossom, or there's some type of change that you wish to see by this full moon. So in this, 28-day cycle, you want to see some type of, not a 28-day. Is it 28 days? I don't know. But in this cycle, within this cycle, you want to see a change. A self-change is something that you change yourself. Yeah. Opened up to the Wheel of Fortune. You want to see, some of you guys, you want to see a big change, okay? How you bring in your goals and your intuition and all those things. I feel like you guys, this has something to do with staying positive. And what additional tools that are available for you as you manifest. For some of you guys, you have the ability to manifest and heal. So you're going to be healing and manifesting. Some of you guys, healing is what you're manifesting. There is a cup. There's a gift, though. A gift that this new moon brings as well. The gift of freedom. The gift of seeing the truth. Got the King of Swords and the Ten of Swords here. There's something that's growing. With the Tower card at the bottom of the deck, you don't know that something's being shattered down. idea is shattering. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Nine of Pentacles. We got the King of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the Death card. For some of you guys, you stopped being loyal to something. For some of you guys, this is being loyal to your own solitude. This is also the feeling of feeling like you don't need to like mix and mingle. Like I'm good by myself on this situation. This is a mental transition. For some of you guys, the mental transition is the contentment. It's realizing that you are content in your life. And it's realizing you don't need to depend on anyone else for you to feel like you're content. But then in the relationship of getting closer with another person, you're realizing that you need to open and be vulnerable in order for you to get the things that you do want. You really, truly desire. Tell me more about the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is the Strength card here. So for some of you guys, you can be confused about your strength, confused about what that really means to you. Yeah, for some of you guys, you're confused about your strength. You're still in that dead energy. We talked about that. Like once you go and dust off your resume and see all the things that you've done, it is history. You are going to see the places that you've been. And some places that you've been, there's pain, there's hurt, there's sorrow, there's heartbreak connected to those things. For some of you guys, you can be confused about how much you've grown, about how strong you truly are, because the smoke hasn't cleared yet. As you weigh out, as you go deep and you reflect, okay? You do see the Eight of Cups. You do eventually end up leaving something behind that's not serving you. And we already know that's that idea. That's that showing up already being defeated before anything happens. It's where do you look at things negatively? Just, that's your first thought to negative to it. For some of you guys, you may need to make a list. May need to just jot certain things out. And what's the first feeling that comes up to you? Is it negative or is it positive? Okay. Tell me more about the Devil card. Got the Page of Wands, okay? You're breaking free. For some of you guys, you could have felt like that you were trapped out of connection. Like you didn't have to, you couldn't have this type of connection or whatever. And you're realizing that you do. It's right here, actually. You're realizing that I've always had this connection. I've always had this support, okay? You got, here's the 10 of Pentacles. I do. So for some of you guys, in order to get that 10, you're realizing that you got to depend on more than yourself, which is really the Ace of Pentacles. For some of you guys, you thought you were trapped in something, or you thought you were trapped, but you really were sitting in your Ace of Pentacles. It's just a perception. It's the switch of a perception. It's how you're thinking about your life. And if it's not your whole life, it's a certain area in your life and you're wondering why you can't push the rock. And it's because you're showing up already. You're waking up before you even get to the destination to be defeated by the rock. Already it's programmed in your mind to be defeated by it. Six of Wands, victory. This is the victory of realizing you're not trapped, realizing you can be close. We talked about that love, receiving love. You can receive love. Realizing that your bonds can be deeper. You don't have to be on the outskirts. You don't have to. There's a big message of saying you don't have to do something alone. Okay, tell me more about the Moon. Got the Three of Wands. Yeah. Some of you guys are waiting for something to come in by the time of this next full moon. Okay. You got the Judgment card. It's definitely going to be coming in. change perspective. For some of you guys, you are going to put something to the test, and you're trying to fully change something within you by this next time. Change really what you see. For some of you guys, you may be drilling your affirmations in. It's like you do want to change your inner world so you can experience a whole new outer world. It's self-work, okay? It's not going to be a shiny gift that says, oh, here is the abundance you've been waiting for. It's a lot of self-work. A lot of people don't get that, and they get mad, okay? But, yeah, you're manifesting something. Again, this is some type of new life energy. Look at you. You got the Empress here. You're pregnant. For some of you guys, this baby is going to be out by the next full moon, okay? The Ace of Swords. For some of you guys, you're also waiting for some type of information. Some information is going to come to you. I feel like before you jump into, before you jump to conclusions, you may want to wait till around July 13th for something. Yeah, you got the High Priestess for it to open up so you can clearly see this. The High Priestess lifts the veil, and it's the moon that she sees. So for some of you guys, so you can lift the veil, so you can see everything. Feel like everything's going to be exposed by the 13th, but you definitely want to wait July 13th. Tell me more about the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups. You got the Four of Cups. In order for you to pull your manifestations in at this time, is for you to realize that there is a new option. And the new option you do have is happiness, okay? For some of you guys, there's something that's right on top of your head. Then I say change the perception. There's something on top of your head. There's a whole new way you can look at things. There's a whole new beginning. There's a whole new place. All you have to do is look up. All you got to do is keep your head on the swivel. And stop being so content. Stop being so content with what it is that you have. Or content with how things are, and think that just because they are this way, they're going to stay that way. Always look for an option. Always look for a sign. And there is a sign here. You got this Ace of Cups here. This Ten of Cups. This is about you opening yourself up. Being open to love. Being open to receive the love that's in your life. I feel like it has a lot to do with you being close. The closeness of relationships as well. Being in relationship with others. The closeness of your relationships. Vulnerability. Expressing yourselves more emotionally. It's like you can have total happiness only if you looked up. You would have to look in a different direction. You would have to notice a pattern. You would have to notice these cups, notice the pattern of you not looking up. But you can have ultimate happiness if only you looked up. It's not basically this is letting me know that the ultimate happiness is not outside of you. It's within reach. Tell me more about the Three of Swords. Got the Five of Cups, healing. What's available for you is healing. While you manifest these spilled cups, look at these 3 cups. While you manifest, know that there's a new option. There's something else, okay? There's growth when it comes to a certain relationship. Some past relationship that didn't necessarily work out for the best, okay? Your mind is on love, healing, releasing, forgiveness, fully forgiving a person for their actions, forgiving yourself for your actions, okay? You got the Moon card. There's something that you don't want to do. For some of you guys, there is some type of wrongdoing that has been hidden. or there was something that was hidden in the past, something like that, or there was some type of hurt that you were hiding. And at this time, you can definitely release. It's actually, the more you release this, the more you pull your manifestations in. Okay? So let me give you guys an angel message, and I'm going to let y'all go. I've been having y'all here for a while. For a long while. Oh, here it is. An angel deck, I feel. Okay, if this reading resonated with you, please give this a big thumbs up. This is a lot of energy to read, but I feel like this is this is going to be a very powerful message for somebody. Once it clicks within them, like, they're going to realize they got the world in their hands. That's a very powerful position to be. What messages do we have for the collective for the new moon in Cancer, June 28th, 2022? Thank you guys so much for watching. What is the angel message? Yeah, I like how that one just flipped out. That one came out abrupt. So there's an abrupt message. It says, you are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. You have an eye. You're able to witness, notice things that a lot of people are not necessarily. This is the urgent message. Release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. There's an urgent message. Urgent message to release. Urgent message to release. Something no longer serves you. Release a pattern. Pray to release a pattern. Ask Archangel Michael to help you release and let go of a pattern, okay? It says heal away addictions. It's time for you to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. And then you are a powerful light worker, okay? Shout out to all the light workers that watch me. I appreciate and love you guys. Make sure you put your channels and things. If you have like stores or whatever, you put that in the comments. I would love to support you. And all of those things if you watch, okay? And I'm pretty sure the Butterfly Gang would love to support you as well. It says it is safe for you to be powerful. Your spiritual power brings great blessings and love and service to the divine, okay? So that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this new moon reading. I did. I enjoyed giving it to you guys. If anything resonated with you, make sure you give this reading a big thumbs up and make sure you guys are subscribed. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.